What is up, folks? Happy Wednesday. Also, my mute button is working. Good. I just thought I'd maybe check that before I start talking, but I didn't. Turns out it was working. We're good. Spiritual Chief, Atomic Runner, lurkers in chat, VOD viewers, everybody else, welcome. Happy Wednesday, and hope you all are excited for some more Onimusha. It's the game we're playing tonight. We're continuing where we left off last time. Shin Onimusha, Dawn of Dreams. A game I've been having some... I was going to say mixed feelings. Is it really accurate to say I've had mixed feelings? I don't know. I've been pretty down on it. But, it has been picking up, I think. Well, I'm not sure if that's entirely accurate either. But I've been enjoying my time. Let's get some more light here. I've been enjoying my time with it more on Monday than I did on Saturday. Maybe it was just a matter of playing the game, you know, coming into it new with no idea what to expect and being a little underwhelmed versus just kind of getting into it knowing a little bit more of what I'm getting myself into. Maybe it's... I think a large part of it is the stages, like the stuff that we played. Like the very last stage or two that we played on Monday, I think were didn't have as much of the stuff that I found really kind of annoying about the earlier stages. Like it didn't have as needlessly convoluted of a map design where you just go back and forth between doors and climbing ladders and shit back and forth. It you know, I was kind of getting into the combat a little bit more. I mean, there were some sequences and boss fights that were a bit questionable. I still really am not a huge fan of having to, you know, babysit your AI partners, which you kind of need to in some cases. Other times it's just like, fuck it, just let them die and I'll not worry so much about this. But some of the boss fight stuff has actually been really fun because I do think the combat is good. And I think the combat is like where the game shines, and specifically certain small tweaks to how certain things work, like feel pretty awesome. I like the combat in all these games. I think it's hard to entirely isolate the combat in terms of like pressing buttons and hitting enemies, because there's more to it than that. But in that particular kind of zoomed in view of it, I think the fourth one is probably the best. Like, it probably has the best feeling combat. But, you know, some amount of resource management kind of goes into it. The stuff, the kind of push and pull of how the soul absorption kind of fits into the combat. Like, they made, like, 4 is in a lot of ways the most sort of streamlined and easy to play one when it comes to certain things like that. But I'm still not sure. Like, I don't know, some of the way you use the special moves and some of the charge attacks, like just the way moveset kind of works out. But the other thing, of course, with Shin Onimusha is there's so much more management of items, of skills, of XP, of souls, of weaponry, of characters. There's just like, that's an entire whole dimension that's just been added, which in my opinion does a lot more harm than good. I don't enjoy that kind of stuff really, and I don't think it's any way to improve an action game. But it will eventually result in larger move lists for the characters, which I can only imagine will make the combat more fun. I can't see how it's going to make it really worse. One thing that I had been a little bit annoyed with, which sort of ties in with, I think, how the AI characters work in the babysitting aspect, is that, like, enemies hit really hard. And especially once you get hit once, you tend to very easily get kind of comboed. And you can even get OTG'd when you're on the ground and stuff. So you can get kind of destroyed very easily. That is offset, of course, by a somewhat more overabundance of healing items, so you can kind of craft healing items and stuff, even though Onimusha 3 was actually incredibly generous with healing items, so that's maybe not even accurate. But I had a little bit of an epiphany, not even while I was playing, but after I'd finished playing, on Monday, which I'm looking forward to going into the game tonight with that epiphany in mind, and I'll get to that in a second. Shirt rules, thank you. I just got it yesterday, and I quite like it too. I felt in dire need of shirts that aren't just like t-shirts with a video game print on the chest. I wanted some other kind of shirts. I kind of wish it was a little more vibrant, but I like it. I like it. Am I interested in watching the Game Awards? Yes. It's on at a very unfortunate time for my time zone. So it remains to be seen whether I will make any attempts at watching it live. I want to, but we'll see. We'll see. So it's on, well, tomorrow night, or, you know, I think SwordFam said it starts at 2 a.m. CET, something like that. So what I might do is just set an alarm on my phone and just half watch it on my phone in bed. I mean, I'm definitely not getting up to watching it in any more of an organized fashion than that. So it's like, you know, if I manage to go to bed early tomorrow and live with not having proper sleep, you know, before work on Friday, I might, because I'm sure the show itself will be, like, as far as the experience of watching what I want to get out of watching the show, I could absolutely watch a recording of it and fast forward through everything I don't want to watch and watch the whatever 1-2 hour show in 30 minutes, most likely. The problem is, the thing I would like to get out of watching it would be being able to watch whatever trailers and stuff that has, you know, that's there to be shown without knowing what it is. And it's the only way I feel like I could get that would be to go under some complete radio silence. Like, I won't really have time before work, certainly. And I don't know, watch it on my phone while I try to walk to work. That doesn't sound great. And even if I could sort of half watch at work, it's just a little bit too complicated to kind of mute out everything else, as to not get kind of spoiled. Because that's the thing, like, if I go to a any kind of summary or whatever, I'll see what anything is before I watch it, which is not ideal. I mean, it's not that, you know, not the end of the world or anything. I just think it's you know, it's more fun to sort of get served stuff and not really know what it is. Which is why I would prefer to watch it live, even though a good 2/3 at least of the show is going to be kind of unbearable. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the reason anyone would want to watch it live. Does anyone care about the awards? Does anyone care about the musical guests or whatever the fuck they have on? I don't. But anyway, we'll find out by Saturday's stream. I'm sure I will have thoughts and opinions. As far as like what to expect, I mean, I haven't really been thinking too much about it. But as far as like what to expect out of the show, I think I usually don't go in with a lot of expectations, really, and that's partially because there tends to be a focus on AAA type stuff, which isn't usually my, like, the overlap between the interests I have and stuff that I'm like legitimately excited for, and stuff that they would market in a show like this. There's usually a fairly small overlap. Every now and then, they will stick in some niche thing that happens to overlap with my interests. Like at the summer fake E3 thing, they showed Metal Slug Tactics, right? So that was like, whoa, shit, that was cool. I liked that showing. That was a great, like, exciting thing to see. Not only would I not have predicted that thing to exist, but I also would not have, if I had known that it would have existed, I would not have expected something like that to be at the show. And I the other thing is, like, I don't know, whenever there's like a pre-show for any of these things, there's usually like the pre-show usually has more of the stuff I would be more interested in anyway, and then even then Like there might not be much of a proper trailer for something. It might just be kind of a mention, and then you kind of have to look elsewhere for the actual thing. I don't know. But as far as like what I would be looking forward to, and expect is a bit much, but what I would like to see, I suppose. I think it's fairly reasonable to expect that we might get an update on KOF 15. They haven't been updating stuff on a weekly basis, but on occasion they have. There's been some updates, you know, but the game's coming out in, what, 2.5 months? And they have been at E3 and Summer Games Fest stuff. Like, they've been showing the game off in various places, and there was no update this week. So, I guess the issue there would be a character reveal trailer would not be the kind of trailer that they would really debut at a show like this. Like if you think of the kind of trailers and the kind of audience they're aiming for, and the kind of audience that the kind of character trailers would be focused on, I would expect, because you know at the summer thing there wasn't a character, like that's where they had, I think that's when it was it whatever show it was on. I want to say it was more recent than that, but maybe that was before the summer. I don't remember. They had like the story kind of reveal. They showed the modes. Like it was a proper big trailer for the game. It wasn't just a character reveal. But you know, there might be something. There might be, you know, at the show there could be some kind of trailer or something that's accompanied by a character reveal someplace else or something. I don't know. It'd be nice. If not, whatever. I'm not expecting anything major. So if there is no character trailer, then I'm sure we'll get the next character trailer in a week or two. Like, it's not a big deal. I would imagine that it's possible that we will get to see what NetherRealm is working on next. It's been a while. I don't know. But it seems like that, you know, they announced MK11 at the Game Awards in 2018. So as far as like being a venue for the reveal of NetherRealm's next thing, I think it's absolutely plausible. Hey, what's up, Llama Sir? Happy Wednesday. I'm just eager to see what they're doing next. I really hope it isn't Injustice 3. But I'm excited to see whatever it is, and I'm like not strictly in a hurry per se, but whenever it's ready, I'm excited to see it. And it's one of those things, like if it is unveiled, I think that would be the thing that would compel me to finally write something for my blog, because I haven't written anything like since January. Even then, I don't think that was. I might even have written something. Well, actually, I would have written something about like the games I played last year. I think I wrote that in January, and ever since then, I made a few updates, but it's been like writing about the gallery or launching the merch store or whatever. I haven't like written any articles. I've been meaning to. I've been wanting to write about like Metroid Dread, and there was some other stuff I was like thinking of writing about, but I just haven't like found the time. Part of that is doing the art request stuff. It's one of those things that like I haven't minded doing it because I've enjoyed it, and it's nice to have a little bit of external pressure to actually get some drawing done. But I mean, it's eating into time that could otherwise have been spent writing articles or doing other art things or whatever. It's just how it goes. Big Crazy Climber essay. Well, we'll see. We have some Crazy Climber games we have to play before that. That's for sure. But yeah, I'm the point I'm making there is like MK12 or whatever it would be would probably excite me and like have me want to talk about it and speculate. So that would be like one of the more exciting things I can think of. That is like, obviously that isn't something that you just wouldn't have any idea about. On a related note, I suppose, with WB stuff, I'm not exactly excited, but I wonder when we'll get more updates on Gotham Knights. Because that game was originally supposed to ship in 21. They delayed it to 22, like early this year, I think. It was not recently. It might even have been like last year. They might have pushed it. Thinking about it, it probably was last year, actually. They pushed it from 21 to 22. Drawing articles, yeah. I mean, I would like to. I enjoy writing, and I want to practice writing. So I really... like I mentioned last time, I'm thinking about taking a break from the art requests. I've enjoyed doing them, but like I said, like I would like to, for a while, free up some time for other endeavors, and maybe returning to somewhat more frequent updates on the website would be one of them. Running Wild, what's up? Hearing talks of a new MK trilogy on the usual suspect places on the interwebs. Yeah, that's the thing that's been like the HD remake whatever projects of various kinds have a long and checkered past. And there are, like, we know for a fact that there have been projects in development that have either been canceled or sort of fizzled out, or like others that are kind of a little bit unclear what the status is of them. But if the internet is to be believed, and that there are potentially some things happening on that front, potentially, that have not been outright canceled, I think it certainly would make sense that we might see something of that nature next year. To put things in a different way, 2022 is Mortal Kombat's 30th anniversary, and it would seem reasonable to expect something to come out of WB to, like, acknowledge that. Even if it's not a new game, even if it's not an old game, like, you know, something. So who knows? And, you know, maybe that would be another reason to kind of push whatever NRS is working on out further. As a kind of a stopgap measure, some kind of a remake, re-release, something or other. Read something crazy like 9, 10, 11. I don't know. That sounds like an internet rumor. That sounds like something you would read on a Mortal Kombat fan site. I don't even know what that would be exactly. I mean, I'd be up for it, I guess. Like, it seems ludicrous, but frankly, I don't even know what I would exactly want from a next MK. I think the way MK11 ends, I think it makes perfect sense that whatever the next Mortal Kombat game is going to be, they have larger kind of carte blanche than ever to just make it a complete whatever, like, dream match kind of a thing. Not that they couldn't have done that at any given point, but, like, Mortal Kombat 11, without getting into specifics, the story is very, like, it ends kind of very absolutely, but at the same time, the very premise of MK11 sets the stage for basically, you know, any amount of fuckery with timelines and multiverses and alternate, you know, everything is just fair game. So it's, I think for sure, like, the continuity and the storyline aspects are always fun. But I think it also would make sense, like, for the next game, you know, you've had stuff like all the what are they called? The zombies? The shit, I forget what they call them, but the whatever, you know, the evil versions, the reanimated corpses of, like, Liu Kang and Kung Lao and Jade and whoever. Revenants, that's the word, thanks. Like, that ends up in a weird spot where, like, in MKX and 11, like, yeah, canonically in the storyline, like, half of those characters are zombies now, so you kind of ought to acknowledge that, even though you have alternate skins where they're humans and whatever. So like at some point, I think it makes sense to want to put out a game where the characters are just the characters as you know them. You're not beholden to the specifics of timelines or continuities, or, you know, you might have characters, especially, you know, with MKX and the sort of time skip, and like being able to put characters from kind of different parts of the timeline without worrying too much about their relative age and whatever other, like, you know, that's kind of where Street Fighter is at now, right? Like, Street Fighter has an extremely loose canon and timeline, but they're also not that fussed about putting characters like who are like as essentially somewhat the same age, even though they should be like of vastly different ages. I guess, I mean, 5 sort of, I think, tried to do that a little bit more tactfully, respectfully, I don't know, than 4 did, but even so, like, it's kind of whatever. And I think whatever MK ends up doing next, like, I would kind of, aside from the fact that you couldn't, there's no reasonable way of putting something after 11 in some sort of, you know, cohesive timeline, I would be fine for it to be some kind of reboot, and maybe not have, like, have it be part of some big continuing storyline, or have, like, essentially, you know, have it a very self-contained sort of dream match, whatever thing. I think that would be, I mean, you guys know that I've been giving my support to the idea of an MK versus DC too, which is, I would love to see that. No one else wants it, so it's like whatever, but, you know, with guest characters and everything too, right? Like, that shit, like, makes more sense in that kind of a context. So if anything, in broad strokes, like, I guess that's what I would like to see from the next Mortal Kombat. Like, you would count it as MK12 regardless, I'm sure, but just like MK8 was Mortal Kombat versus DC, I would like MK12 to be, it would be fun for it to be more of a, you know, celebration, or kind of a crazy whatever thing. I mean, for all we know, the next big Mortal Kombat might be their next game. They could announce it at, you know, that's the timeline for MK11, right? They announced it in December at the Game Awards. In, like, January, they had the like gameplay reveal event, and then in, like, May the game came out. So maybe MK12 is coming out next year. I would not at all be surprised if we get some kind of MK Trilogy re-release, or some MK Arcade HD thing next year, and their next, NRS's next proper game is like 1 or 2 years off. That wouldn't shock me either, but I don't know. I'm excited. You know, I'm always excited to learn what's coming down the pipe, and it's possible that we might have some information on that 2 days from now, or a day and a half. I don't know. Let me catch up with chat. I got so excited talking about Mortal Kombat and making up my own Mortal Kombat game that I couldn't read chat. Have I watched the new Mortal Kombat movie? No, I I intended to watch it. They just launched HBO Max here very recently, and because I had an HBO subscription that I used to watch Chernobyl, like, last summer, I now have an HBO Max subscription. So I had the movie, and I had downloaded it through the app on my laptop, but for some reason it, like, glitched out. So I was gonna watch it when I was on the train with my parents a couple of weekends ago, but it didn't work, so I didn't get to watch it. I've been meaning to, but I haven't seen it yet, because it didn't, well, technically I think it played in theaters here, but I didn't want to go to the theater at the time, and I never bought it on Blu-ray because it was expensive, and I figured I'd get access to it somehow sooner or later, and I did through HBO Max, but I haven't watched it yet. I've been reading quite a bit about it. I feel like I know kind of what to expect going in, but I didn't get around to watching it yet. I did buy Scorpion's Revenge on Blu-ray, but I haven't watched that either. So of course I didn't watch the second animated movie either. But I expect to have some grievances with it. But I think I would like to watch it, and I hope, I don't know, I don't remember what's been said one way or the other, but I think the casting seems good, and I think there's plenty of potential of a sequel being quite decent if that ever were to happen. But I don't know. Well, the thing is, Running Wild, like talking about the DC part of the equation versus, you know, ratings and whatnot. Part of why I want an MKDC 2 is that I want, like, looking at MKDC, the first game, well, the game, the one that exists outside of my mind, that is a very flawed game. I think the core premise of it being rated T14 and not having gore, to me personally, is like 100% completely unrelated to any of that game's issues. Now, what they chose to do and how they chose to create sort of spectacle and excitement without the allure of graphic violence, yeah, I think they did a shitty job with that. But that's not because, like, MKDC would be a very, very strange example to look at in order to make the case that you cannot create exciting spectacle without blood and gore. Because, obviously, you can not only look at Injustice, to take like a closely related example, but you could look at Guilty Gear or Marvel vs. Capcom or any other fighting game, and obviously there are stylistically things you can do to make something look exciting. And I think it's like everything else that's bad about the game. Like, it's clunky and it's kind of ugly and it's extremely bare bones in terms of extra content and features and stuff compared to what you would expect from a Mortal Kombat game at that time. So, like, if you... Like, I think NRS has gotten so much better at a lot of that stuff. Like, you know, I think a lot of the gore is, like, so... Not just over the top, but, like, I don't know, I don't even like it all that much, because the way it's used and how it looks... Honestly, I like it a lot better in MK11 over MKX, because MKX was so focused on just being disgusting and being gruesome and just off-putting, versus MK11, where, like, if you look at the Fatal Blows, and they have these, like, very stylized sort of blood splatter stuff, like, there's way more of a artistic presentation to it, as opposed to, like, even the fatalities and stuff. Like, MK11, I think, goes, like, it doesn't certainly go to the, like, the same lengths as MK3 of being goofy and colorful, but the pendulum is kind of swinging slightly in that direction. If it, like, you know, MK9 was colorful and goofy, a lot of it kind of unintentionally, but MKX then went, like, so much further into the dark and kind of grimy and awful, like, disgusting direction. And I think MK11 is not, thankfully, not pushing further in that direction, but kind of bouncing back. And that appeals a lot more to me. And I think I understand, like, personally, my stance is that I think MK should get rid of fatalities, just because the brutalities that they introduced in MKX are so much better. They do the same thing that fatalities always did, and it's, like, tied into the gameplay much more. It's just, like, so much better. So I wish they would just remove fatalities altogether, and I wish they would make the blood and gore completely optional. But I understand that that's a lot of work, and that's not what the majority of the people who buy those games want, and those games sell a lot, so, you know, it is what it is. But the thing is, I think there's no real reason why that element has to be present. You know, I'm call this a straw man argument or whatever, but I feel like a lot of people who claim that the blood and gore is absolutely vital and cannot be removed has a large overlap with the people who claim that the original Mortal Kombat movie is amazing and wonderful. And I think those two statements are somewhat incongruous, because setting aside my personal feelings on the movie, I felt like that movie shows that you can create a compelling experience and narrative and presentation of this world and these characters without people's heads exploding. Like, I obviously at the time, people were like, "Oh, there's no fatalities or whatever." You know, even talking about the new movie, like the directors, you know, making sure to mention that, like, "Oh, there's going to be fatalities in this movie. You're gonna like it." And it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Some people get excited by that. But like, of all the people who are nostalgic for and like that movie, I don't feel like it's a very common like opinion that you hear people say, like, "Oh man, the movie's like, oh shit, I really wish, you know, someone's arm got pulled off and there was like 15 gallons of blood just splattering everywhere. Like, oh, that would have made the movie better. It's good, but if it had that, it would be better." Like, I feel like it should be fairly universally understood that that part isn't like the most important, and you could make something cool and interesting with these characters, and you know, without that element. I respect people who say that they feel like that element is crucial. Fine, I don't agree, but fine, okay. And I don't necessarily think that the series needs to change or needs to go, like, but I would like to see that take on it just to see how it could be done. And I think having MKDC, like, I think that is a very cool and fun concept that the game absolutely did not do anything to like do justice, you know. So that's why I would love to see a new take on it. And I think as an alternative to that, like, I would love to see other styles of gameplay, other styles of art, other interpretations of that source material. Like, we've seen it adapted to other media with comics and movies and TV shows and whatever. And for my money, like, those have all been interesting. Even when they haven't been good, they've been interesting and entertaining. Like, the cartoon series is not very good, but it's kind of neat and it's fun. So that's, like, for example, why I've been excited about the idea of Mortal Kombat characters showing up in multiverses. You know, the Warner Brothers Smash Brothers game. Not because I'm particularly excited for that game, although I do think it looks good from what they've shown, but because if a Mortal Kombat character shows up in that game, they will have a drastically different style and expression. And I feel like, you know, the art in that game looks good. There are talented artists working on it. I'm sure they would be really excited to take a character like Scorpion or whoever and kind of represent them in that context. And I, for one, would be just so excited to see what that would look like, because it is such a, you know, we don't ever get to see that. That's why I think it would be exciting. And that's why I think an MK12 or MK versus DC2 or Mortal Kombat Trilogy 2 or whatever it is, like, I don't know, it would be interesting. It would be cool. But that's neither here nor there. Let's not get stuck for another hour. I mean, I could sit here all night talking about it, but we have games to play too. Tonight we do have games to play. I do want to get this game out of the way at some point so we have time for the important stuff, talking about Mortal Kombat for the 86th time. Where's my remote? There we go. Let me get this stuff going. Oh yeah, should probably do this too. Give me a sec, guys. I'll catch up with chat in a second. Oh yeah, let me fix this thing. Should be fine now. Hopefully. My screen looks okay. Jam-packed 11. Welcome, welcome. What is up? Love my art. Thank you. That's very kind of you. What are some of the hardest things to draw? Well, anything I don't draw regularly. Vehicles, machinery, buildings, environments, just in general. I mean, I don't know about hardest, but All that stuff is like outside of my wheelhouse. Of all the like the art request stuff I've done for the stream, I'm always dreading when people request robot games and shit, because that's always like just a lot of work. So I don't know, but otherwise, like as far as stuff that I usually draw and stuff that I struggle with, turn it down a little bit. Like hands and feet. Like hands are impossible to draw. I struggle with that every time. I absolutely should do a lot more like studies, like actually practicing how to draw stuff, and I'm terrible at that. But I mean, frankly, that's kind of what's been fun about doing those the request stuff too, is that it's been forcing me out of my comfort zone a little bit here and there. I mean, obviously, I still decide what to draw, and sometimes I feel I'm excited to challenge myself, draw something I wouldn't draw otherwise. And other times I'm really not, so I you know, I stick to something easier. And sometimes things turn out well, sometimes they don't, but you know, it's a journey. It's always you're always gonna get something out of it. Yes, we are playing the Japanese version because I collect Japanese games, and I got all 4 Onimusha games on an eBay auction for like $3 because I put in a bid halfway as a joke, and I was like, oh, okay, whoops, I guess I own these games now. But that's a good point. I guess this song is probably not in the overseas version. I didn't even think about that. The game is fully bilingual, though, so we're playing it in English. Well, English text, anyway. Which is a nice touch. The original Onimusha was like halfway bilingual because it had you could enable English subtitles, and some of the text was in English, but all of the like lore texts and stuff I think were still in Japanese. Like some stuff was still in Japanese. 2 and 3 were completely all in Japanese, and this one is like completely fully bilingual. Dan Almighty, no, this is it. I have Onimusha Buraiden. We actually did play it for one of the... I'm assuming loading game's gonna change this, but let's just change this to be sure. We played Onimusha Buraiden for one of the Viewer's Choice fighting game streams. I would absolutely, in theory, be interested in checking it out now that I've played all the other games, just to kind of... because I hadn't played any Onimusha game when I played that. I'm sure I would enjoy or recognize more aspects of it. I mean, not to say that we absolutely will not play it. It's just that I'm not committing to playing through that game as part of some Onimusha, like, marathon, whatever. As far as doing a Onimusha series, marathon series, whatever you would call it, it ends with this game. And that's mostly because I want to clean slate to play whatever I want. I want to have this out of the way before the new year, and that doesn't mean we'll never ever play Onimusha Tactics or Buraiden or whatever. But this just, I don't know. The main games are the ones I'm interested in, really, so that's what we're doing. And I wouldn't even say this is necessarily a super organized series project or anything. It's just that basically we played Genji kind of on a whim, and that made me want to play Onimusha, and I figured I'd start from the first one, and then I was like, well, I'm curious what the sequels are like. I'd be interested to compare and contrast. And a couple of games later, here we are. Yes, Hamasakaimi, or the opening song, which is kind of interesting. I was mentioning that when we played this the first time. Like, it creates a little bit of a contrast. Onimusha 2 had the music video with Tomoyasu Hotei in the opening. Russian Roulette is the name of the song, which, like, they just play the music video for that song, which has fuck all to do with the game. But it's a little bit of a different tone. And I think the Hamasakaimi, like, music, it sort of is an indication of this game's more... You could say it's more anime, it's more lighthearted. It's just, I don't know, it's got a kind of a different vibe to it for sure. Like, that song would have felt really out of place. I mean, Russian Roulette felt kind of out of place in Onimusha 2, but this song would have felt very out of place. So last time we defeated... Well, we didn't actually defeat. We cleared the boss. We finished stage 7. And we fought Hideyoshi Toyotomi. But he... I don't know, he exploded us or something and we ran away. I forget what happened. I've been not following the plot super closely, but we didn't exactly win, as I recall. And I think after I shut the stream off last time, I just kind of clicked past this screen. And I think we're going to be just thrown right into stage 8. There's no, like, hub world in between. So we're probably getting a bit of story, something or other. I guess. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, this game has stages. That's pretty different from the other ones. Yep. Onimusha Awoken. Oh yeah, narration. Unable to withstand Hideyoshi's incredible power, the warriors fell one by one. Soki and Ohatsu both barely escaped Daigo Temple with their lives. They run from their pursuers, and heeding Tenkai's advice, flee from Mount Hiei. Oh, that's right. He did say something about that. Alright, that's the lore dump right there. Oh, literally, I was expecting cutscene. Oh, well, we get narration. Which is exactly a repetition of what we just heard. Alright, that's fine. Looks a lot like the early parts of Onimusha 3 here. Very pretty, though. I mean, I would say this looks even nicer. Oh, it's the classic. Do I remember how to play? Which, by the way... I mentioned that I had this somewhat of a revelation. And what I realized... that I hadn't really thought of, like, because at the very end of the... well, not even at the very end, but before we fought Hideyoshi, we fought another boss. And I realized at the very end of that fight that I should have used my special moves more kind of offensively. I shouldn't wait for his, like, phase to kind of be over and for me to, like, you know, because basically you had to move around a little bit and then you had the opportunity to kind of fight, like, there was an opening for you to attack, and when I got that opening, I would spend my meter to use my special move during that opening. But what I realized was that by using my special move earlier, when he was attacking, I could create an opening, because my special would kind of break through his, whatever he was doing. And the thing that I didn't really think about kind of in real time at that point was that was that you can also attack, you can do your special moves while you're being hit. There you got it, nice. Which means spell, okay. What's that you can basically think of the special moves in this game, the magic, as like a super joy, like a beat 'em up special move that you use to get enemies off of you when you're being hit. And that kind of made something click for me when I kind of realized, like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense then why the enemies combo you so badly. Like, whenever you get hit once, you take like 50 hits, it seems like. Once you get hit once, it's very easy to take a bunch of subsequent hits and take a shit ton of damage. Which, when you think about it, may or may not remind you of a little game called Final Fight, which is, you know, you take one jab and, like, your life bar just melts because you get comboed. So as soon as you get touched once, like, of all the things in that game that deals damage to you, The one thing that will deal less damage than anything else, pretty much guaranteed, is using your special move. So it's, I mean, you don't want to be put in the position to have to use your special move, but if you are ever getting hit, it is pretty much always the best course of action, because they're essentially, once you get hit once, unless you're just getting knocked down or something, you're very in which case you can't use the special move anyway, but you're very likely to get hit by follow-up attacks, which will do more damage than using the special move just would. And I feel like that's kind of the case here too. Like, once you get hit by something, you might as well try to use your meter to sort of get out of that situation. So I'm excited to kind of try that sort of mindset, because I hadn't really been thinking about it that way previously. There we go. When the sacred bell rings, it can guide the owner's soul from the land of the dead. It vanishes upon one. So I'm assuming this is just one of those you get revived if you die type deals. Oh yeah, so we have to... Right, you just... Grip something. So the finisher is the down attack. I don't know how likely that is to happen, but... Here's max HP. Defense by 5. Sure. There's just like so much crap. Where are we? We got 5k souls. That means we should definitely spend some of them. Can we swap? Nope. I've yet to come to a stage where we're actually allowed to swap. Oh yeah, skills. Still, like, Tenkai's got like 13 points stashed or something. Let's do that so we actually get this move. So far, that's been a thing where you max level one of the basic moves. Gives you access to a new one. Rabbit kick. Use the kickback effect of the gun to leap backwards. Forward, back. Okay. We'll put that into it. So that means we can actually... I could put 3 points into something. Although I cannot also... Well, hang on. Let's try this and see if... There we go. Stinger. Powerful spinning rear kick. Follow-up of some kind. Well, let's put a point in that. Keep pressing L1 and R1 to swap pages here every goddamn time. Well, let's see if charge... So that's... No, I think the charge... Wait, hang on. Was that there originally? Or... No, I think charge... Yeah, charge came up here when I put 3 points into attack. So this is already kind of a follow-up thing, which means if I put 3 points into this, it's probably not going to actually unlock something. I mean, it might, I guess. I don't know. Okay, let's find out. Okay, yeah. I didn't think it would, but now we know. Sure, whatever. Oh boy, yeah, this shit is so... kind of... tedious. There's just so much shit. Level max. I don't know what that means. Oh, there's like multiple pages of... No, wait, hang on. Yeah. Level 3, 1, 2... Yeah, okay. So I didn't realize there was... Okay, because I just remember seeing this page. So I thought I didn't have specials. Okay, so... Okay, yeah, so... Oh, I see. Yeah, so the AP, which I guess is attack power, just goes up. But I'm not sure if it goes up sort of evenly. This starting, yeah, 30. Type 3 combo means this is a heavy sword. So it says I don't use those heavy swords all that much. Power of the Earth. Darkness, light resistance, like all these stats that's like so unclear in practical terms what it actually means in a practical sense. The ice sword. So you probably don't want to like spend points on all weapons. Oh, we should definitely level up her. Her weapons. Yeah, she doesn't even have. Right, so she has like this is the. Okay, I want to say that I thought I had a third gun for her, but I guess because Ohatsu we didn't. Yeah, well, whatever. I didn't. I didn't buy a weapon for her, so this is still her like original weapons, basically. So do I want to put more points into? Oh, I mean, I guess it's not all that many points. So might as well. So now she has magic level 2. Fuck it, let's just. But I have no idea what the max level for any weapon is. I don't know, for the sake of learning that, I guess. I'll keep doing that. But now it's getting pretty expensive. I guess I do want to eventually... So level 10 got us an extra item slot in the armor. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that every 10 levels, maybe you get a different... Means that we can put more levels into those, please. It's going to give more defense for every level, so it's not like it's not worth it until you get there. And Soak is pretty much always going to be present, so I guess putting points into this is never going to be entirely useless. Let's see, can we get it up to level 20? Yeah, that'll be fine. Yes, there we go. Ah, fuck it. That means that we can now equip more stuff. Special damage increased by 10%, 20% even. Yeah, there's just like so much stuff. It's HP. Well, we have a bunch of slots. Let's try to equip this. Let's see if we can try to land some down attacks. They're like weirdly finicky in this game. It's funny because it's generally like the game itself is less picky with which attacks hit when. But because you can hit with regular attacks while they're down, etc. But the actual down attack is like kind of tricky too. There we go. I guess I have to actually kill him with it for... Did he always flash red? Maybe he's flashing a deeper red as he's closer to death. That's the thing, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, like, the combat in this game is fun. And then they added so much other, like, rock all around it that's... Oh, okay, that was a transition. That takes focus away from the combat. And I'm not the biggest fan of that. turn around, please. Oh, that was a parry. I tried to do the Isen, but I couldn't get it to come out. Do I have... Yeah, I do have a power jewel. Her life bar is actually not as short as I thought it would be. I gave her one before. I'm trying to remember if I gave one to Roberto. Oh, screw it. Might as well. Oh yeah, we have to actually... Yeah, you don't fill out the map as you explore. You have to actually collect the map item before you see anything on the map screen. Oh wow, there's actually just 2 moves, okay. Literally, okay, I just assumed it couldn't be that simple. Only cutter, wow, okay. So this has to be, cannot use Oni magic. This blade shows its true might with thrust attacks. Fine. Oh, okay, wow, okay, I figured it would be a 3 combo move, or a sword. Because it's like big damage. So now it's like, okay, so what did I fucking level this up for? But that's fine. Attribute none, doesn't use magic. Thrust attacks plus 40%. I mean, I guess we can try it. Getting some fucking Onimusha 3 camera angles here. Triangle, yeah, it still does a move. It's just not a magic move. Which means that I guess it doesn't have iframes also. Can't even see what the fuck's going on. Get the down attack. Well, I didn't actually. No, I prefer to focus on the guy that's not dead. He's looking electric frisbee. Alright. Actually, let's do this. And we can heal. This isn't where we came from, right?
Alright.
His fault? I don't know. Alright. Well, mystery children. Alright.
あいつは
玄馬ではないようでござる。どちらかというと、早期殿に似た気をお持ちでござ
I
る。
would like to think she was an ally. Well, sure,
こ
so
の
would
先の寺
I.
に急ごう。ワッツ、俺が必ず助けてやる。
No time to lose. All right, let's Well, before that, let's just okay. So just getting showered with puzzle boxes here. Why are they super easy now? They're way harder than this on the previous levels. Little cutscene. Hey, I'll get the extra XP. So I wonder. This is like the same place from Onimusha 3, right?
少しは楽しませてくれよ。
Oh, interesting. It's like a hidden test of valor. Okay, cool. One gotcha. Figures that the forest look similar. Can I fucking stand up for this? I guess that means. No. Wow, okay, no iframes on that, huh? It just shoved me and I died. Do you? Yeah, I guess. I was gonna say, do you get checkpointed in the test of valor, or I guess we'll find out. Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, I guess I had very shitty health before I even got into that. But yeah, like when you do the level 2 wind magic, it doesn't seem like you get the opportunity to do the Isen follow-up. So did any of them? No, I guess. Oh yeah, okay. So I think no, I guess I don't do more, I do more damage with my special moves. They don't, like, take less meter. But I wonder if it's as simple as if I use the special move to interrupt their attack, that is what's kind of allowing me to follow it up with the Isen. I'm not sure. I'm getting comboed. Luckily that other guy got stopped. Try to block. I'm trying to dodge. Obviously, I can heal. I just want to see if I can learn to do this. But I didn't get. I guess I don't need to collect these first every time. I just, for some reason, assume that they might disappear. Otherwise, I guess there's no reason to think that. But my theory on how to trigger that. I made a mistake. Being able to chain them is also a little unclear. What kind of triggers that? Stop fucking around. know. It'd be an okay rating, right? I'm fucking bronze. Jesus. I thought I did okay. I mean, I guess I took a bunch of damage. It's still, I don't know, that's wild to me that I literally got the worst possible rating. I didn't think I did that poorly. Soul station down there. Oh well. I have to practice the my ideas for how to make better use of the special meter. Maybe I don't know that it exactly worked out the way I wanted it, but I guess you should. I don't know. So is this a different friendship scarf? Because the icon sure is different. Wait. Oh, no, it's different. Okay, so it's pair, scarf, and friendship. Oh, so it's the same effect, but it's more potent. Which means that neither of them are useful. Well, this shit seems kind of useless, doesn't it? I've killed at least a couple of dudes with down attacks, and we're not getting shit. Yeah, so she's not with us anymore, so I might as well equip this for myself. Wait, what did I... Oh, yeah, okay, so I had... I kind of... More HP, sure. Did it actually extend my life bar? Or was it that long? I'm not sure. I'd be curious if any of this, like reused assets from Onimusha 3. It's been long enough since I played it that I don't remember if things look the same. I just remember kind of the layout and the look of that. Did I level up? I did. Slam. Sounds good. I don't have the move because I need to put a point in it before I can do it, but can look forward to it. Guardian, okay, so it's Ohatsu weapon, I assume. Sleepy Dynamite Man. That seemed not a great idea. So camera, please. I'm a little lucky there. Oh, okay. I thought I like went over to the other side. I guess not. That cutscene had me a little confused about the geography. Let's save. I don't do a lot of mid-level saves in this game because you have the, like, you can continue whenever you die. I guess it's not the worst idea to do a little safety save here and there. I don't remember where this section, like, whoa! Weird camera. I don't remember where this stuff leads exactly in 3. Oh, okay, he actually placed this. I didn't even quite catch what actually, like, triggered that explosion previously. I thought he was gonna, like, explode, be dangerous to hit or something, but I guess he just plants bombs, basically. So now I do get to do all kinds of down attacks. No, can I? But yeah, like, speaking of the level design stuff, like, some of the earlier levels were incredibly annoying. But now we're back to, like, far more linear combat-based levels. Enjoying that a lot more. Of course, you get stuck in the animation. That was my fault. Overcommitted. We're getting life back, though, so it's fine. Crafting materials. Thank you. Shit is so incredibly satisfying. There's the best. Just special. Like, when you get shit like that, this game like, owns extremely hard. Like this game just has. I was thinking earlier when I was playing this, like how to phrase my feelings on this game, and I was getting close to say that it has higher highs but lower lows than the other games. But I was like at the time very hesitant to say that because it's like, yeah, it clearly has lower lows, but does it have higher highs? I'm not so sure. But when it comes to this like moments like that in combat, I think it does actually, because the Isen in particular, for most of the other games, it's like it was cool. It always felt good, but it was always like a little bit finicky to use, and it was more of a kind of a promise of something that you really wanted to be able to do, but couldn't perhaps really. And here, it's tweaked and balanced just slightly differently, so you actually get to use it more often, and it feels like insanely good to do. Plus all the other like small and big tweaks and changes to it. So this one doesn't have magic, but it does have high attack power, and thrust attacks are powerful. So I figured putting points into this to make it more powerful might be not the worst idea for like when you're out of magic meter. If you level it up, you do get a health bonus too. Let's like put some points in it and just see where we end up. Yeah, it goes up 4 points with one level. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's going to keep going up the same amount, but... No, it went up 5. Yeah, fuck it, let's just see how... Yeah, so 57 means that it's pretty damn strong. So weird that you don't actually equip. Well, we'll keep this and I'll use some meter, and then I'll try to remember to equip that other one to see what it's like. Chasing after the mysterious girl that had taken Ohatsu, Soki made his way to Enyak's temple on Mount Hiei. The girl has told Soki that Ohatsu is slowly being consumed by Genma insects and is in grave danger. So weird, these like super cheap
あんたの中に眠る真の力を引き出すこと。あんたが鬼武者として覚醒することさ。この中に入って鬼の宝玉を取ってきな。この入り口が閉じる前にね。たったそれだけであんたは鬼武者になれるんだよ。信じるか信じないかは あんた次第さ。
Are we gonna become the real Onimusha
それ
starts
以
here?
外この子を助ける方法はないけどね。時
Didn't
間
we
は
like?
ないよ。どうす
I
る？
don't know. I thought we were in Onimusha already. Sogi proceeds without hesitation into the other world beyond the Oni Gate. According to the girl, he must pass the trial, become the Onimusha at Seibo Huts. But we also definitely transformed into our true Onimusha form during the fight with Hideyoshi, so... Looks a lot like that part at the end of 3. He's looking more down. The sooner I can leave, the better. Alright, bring me your worst. I will awaken the Onimusha inside of me. Oni Mansion. Yeah, kind of similar-ish. See, this is, like, where the map, or the, like, level design is kind of the worst in this game, where it's all these super samey hallways and weird stuff. Blue flame where you are, red flame where you are going. There are countless rips in time. Fail to follow the flames and history's doomed to repeat itself. Wow, okay, so it's like some fucking Koopa Castle ghost house shit. So I assume that means, okay, yep. Guess I have to like take a direct path here. Okay, I thought it would use the key or something. No, it just passed through there. Kinda weird. Right. Leap into the Oni time rift. Looks like you made the right choice. You're ready to begin a new journey. Okay. So I guess I could have probably explored more to see if there were stuff. I thought I wasn't allowed to go into the other room. Swordman, what's up? Yeah, like it's weird. The game's like front-loaded with these like extremely weird, tedious stages, like the underground cave shit, whatever. Oh yeah, that's the world, right? Why can't do that? Am I poisoned? I must be, because I'm taking damage for some reason. But, okay, do I... Oh, okay, there's the candle room, I see. I'm gonna force it over. Games be kind of like uneven with... Seems awkward to try and fight these things. Although, I guess if I kill this thing, disappear maybe? That seems pretty good. Good damage on it anyway. Did they disappear? Looks locked. So I guess I need to find a new orange key in this time. Where I started? Nope. Evidently not. Yeah, so the forest part, temple part was kind of cool. This part, maybe not. I don't know, it's so kind of visually repetitive. Like the sort of puzzle concept, I don't mind, but it's like I have to stop to look at the map every 2 seconds, which is not a particularly exciting like test of skill. What did I get? A necklace. The health gauge is blinking, gain a bonus of 30% to defense. Okay, so that's when you're low on health. Take less damage, I guess? Don't have equipped. So we should go, okay. So I'm wondering, like, are there... Could I potentially find a different time rift and go into the wrong one? It seems to kind of be what the text implied. I mean, the map shows you where the candles are. So unless you, like, find the rift before you find the candles, the part's not, like, that much of a challenge, exactly? I don't know. I will say that this reminds me of that stage with the dog statues, in that it's just kind of... It's a little bit of busy work for the sake of it. Side. Key. Okay, good. Oh, there's a rift. Okay, so let's not go there until we. Speaking of statues, for the guys get caught on that level. Try to parry. Oh yeah, shit! Don't fucking downstab these guys. Oh shit! I think I hit him. Yeah, can I lock in the guy that's in the same room as me? So let's try. They're mostly using the thrust anyway. Yeah, that does a shit ton of damage. Very nice. So I'm assuming these guys are gonna keep coming. Taking a bit of practice here. That's good. That's enough. I think we're going this way. Of course. Oh, we have the key. No, can I? Poison can't kill you, but I think he might bump into me with something. But we got a couple of antidotes. Won't heal me, but... Poison wears off soon enough, so I'm not worried about it. But... There we go, first try. What have we got? Weapon? Nope, night ring. Right, there's an invisible type of enemy that I completely forgot. It wasn't even the plant that was hitting me, it was the invisible guy. Okay, so we're starting off on this floor. Oh, okay, so I guess what this is trying to show us is that the plant is responsible for those guys respawning. I see, I think. this? Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, where did I find the key? I can't believe I don't. Well, I was gonna say I can't believe I remembered that. I don't think I actually remembered it. I think I just instinctively did the exact same thing. Dude, can I? Why does it want to lock on to everybody except the person in the same room as me? This guy is just planting a bomb there and he killed himself. Far. Shit, I got the parry. Oh, you can't actually hurt enemies. Right. Awkward, there we go. But I like that, it's a cool, like, idea. And it incorporates kind of a, it's gonna first, yeah. It incorporates the absorption stuff, like as a combat tactic, in a kind of more active way, which I think is kind of cool. Malona, what's up? Happy Wednesday. Well, never mind. It was. I think I just did it in a slightly different order. That's like the worst nightmare. Getting a puzzle box right first try, and then like failing it the next time when you expect it to be super easy. I mean, like, please explode. Dude, it just fucking despawned. Fuck's that? Oh, this guy shouldn't respawn with the plant on at least. Never mind, I guess it did. Is that the same guy? Oh, I mean, the spaces that we're in here are just a bit fucked. Oh, wow, okay. One of these here. Don't necessarily need to. Oh, fuck it, let's power this up. 62. But I will say the lock-on is way better in this game than in the previous Onimusha games, because the game actually distinguishes between being locked on and not being locked on. Top left, okay. Because like in the other games, it doesn't matter. The game will like auto-target enemies even when you're not locking on. Do that. Yeah, so there was another time rift actually in another room, which would not have been correct then. This is what, the third one? It's weird because it feels for sure like the game is sort of I know it's a kind of contentious expression, but it feels sort of artificially extended. Because we're just kind of reusing the same bits here. And it really didn't need to go on for this long. And the game is kind of already, it would seem to me, pretty long. So it's not like the game would feel too short if this section ended here. You know? That's probably... Yep, of course. Has to be annoying, tedious. Invisible dude. Well, if there's a silver lining to this, it's that this... Wait, what? It seems, I was going to say that we're being locked into a very particular path here, which in turn means that if there's another floor after this, there's kind of a limit to how much more complex it could be. Things are probably about done. That's locked. That's locked. Okay, we didn't go this way. Well, I'm not going into that rift before I explore and learn. Whatever happens if you go into the wrong one, I'm sure it's no good. Yeah, because I think this room had the locked doors, yeah. I don't know which one. I was just mashing through. Orange. This would be purple then, probably. Yes. Back here first. It's a little annoying that whenever you unbar the door, you also immediately pass through it. I would like to be able to just open it without going through it. Orange key, this would be barred as well. Can't believe I'm like sort of mentally keeping track here. Oh, I tried to block, but I did a dash because that's what happens if you touch stick. There we go. It's pretty long. What we got here? Warrior's codes. These are all crafting materials. Oh, okay, right. Gale room. So, okay. It's the room we've been in. Yeah, we've been to almost every room here. At this point, I'm actually sort of tempted to pass through here. Just go to that last room. I mean, we're kind of dead here, and I don't want to die, so let's... I mean, we have a lot of healing items. Not worth the anguish. Aha. Well, I'm not going in there. Oh yeah, I guess the map does show where the doorways are. Did it do that entire time? I feel like it didn't. But I also feel like I wouldn't have looked, really. Yeah, it was like 2 rooms over. There's nothing in here, right? I'm ready to end my journey. Thank you very much. All right. Okay. A ton of puzzle. Okay, it looked like that was all in the same room, but I guess that's not the case. Yeah, the map does show. So of course, in the other games, there are no checkpoints or like continues. It's just you have to save. I mean, you can level up your stuff, so that's like kind of nice, but it's still weird. It feels like whenever there's those mirrors in a mid-level here, I'm always like, wait, hang on. Should I be saving? Where we're trying to go? I guess the map shows which doors are barred, but I guess it wouldn't show you from which direction they are barred. You would think it's... Well, actually, that's not true. I guess it shows doors. Because these are literally open doorways where there's nothing on them. Need to do that? Nope. Not what I meant to do. Let's see. So a little damage, but I feel like I... Actually, that's not true. I was gonna say I feel like I'd have to do this to get rid of it, but... Mushrooms. This might even respawn, but I've gone through this much trouble. I might as well try and see if this is gonna work. It's like that's gonna explode, isn't it? Oh, good thing I went in here. Nothing respawned. Oh, one of these things. Block that. Oh, okay, that was the correct. Okay. Oh, puzzle box. Sure. So we haven't actually been to the like hub in a long time. So weird how easy these are when for a bit they were really difficult. They started off super easy and then they got weirdly difficult. Now they're easy again. And the little hub thing is where you have to shop. And you can also... What I learned last time is if you choose to break a puzzle box without opening it, without solving the puzzle, you get the item, but it is a... you get it as like unidentified. So you have to do the appraisal at the shop to actually get the real item, which I think is a kind of a neat system. So you have to spend a little bit of extra money. So will this show us the previous floors? Okay. That means we can actually look... Okay, so this is the last floor before what I assume is going to be a boss fight or something. Good. There's going to be a purple key. Blue. I've got multiple keys, but it's still like completely linear, basically. It's not like... Oh! Fucking lock on. It's usually really good, but then stuff like that happens. I was scared to try and block because I would just end up dashing. Some special moves, I guess. No. Did that even like fucking do anything? There's a lot of stuff like that where attacks have this massive kind of lag at the end, which I felt was generally less of an issue in some of the other games. Not that it never happened that way, but the health refill here. That's a blue piece, nice. Okay. Green. I guess the key stuff allows them to create a layout where there's a bunch more back and forth. There's so many fucking puzzle boxes. Crazy. Don't forget, Dragon of Peace. It looks like equipment. Oh, there's a little icon, I guess. Its charm shows its true power when peace, war, fate, and joy are combined. So there's going to be 4 different items like this, and you have to equip all of them. But who knows if we're even going to even find them. Hey, what's up, Brunin? Yep, there's puzzles inside puzzles. The thing is, like, I don't think this section is much like the previous one that had like the dog statues. I didn't think that was conceptually a bad part, but I think it went on for too long, and I think this has gone on for too long either as well. Rather, I can English, I promise. So we gotta go somewhere. Okay. I mean, the thing is, if I work. Couldn't change because I was in the middle of an attack animation. I guess I'm meant to come from the other direction. But this should work. Yeah, I mean, I agree it's a little cramped. But I guess I'm not being too bothered by it because oh wow, of course these. Well, if I can fucking iframe my way through it, I guess that works. Can I block the poison? Find out. Either I can or it didn't. I believe either scenario. See, sometimes they just, I don't know, it's just a dud, I guess. Kind of weird. I was stuck in recovery. I literally could not move. But hey, it took out the monster wall, so that works out in our favor, ultimately. Yeah, it's so weird because, like, overall, I feel like this game just has a bunch more stuff that's just, like, straight up not fun. Like, annoying stuff in the game. Like, additions and changes to introduce more, like, tedium and frustration and whatnot to the game. Like, and like introducing, wait, what? We'll use the key to get inside here to get an item. Like, whether it's management stuff or it's I'm so on the opposite side of the map compared to what I thought I was. Like, certain enemy types or stuff just going, like, you know, systems that are a little bit incongruous with what I think these games are good at and what their focus is. But then there's also like stuff like this where it's even the stuff that's not like bad per se, it's just kind of overextended to the point of being bad. Wait, didn't I go here? Like, why is this? No, I guess I did not. Like, stuff kind of overstaying its welcome. Where it would, to me, I mean, it may vary, but to me it's like feels almost self-evident how overly kind of long this is. I wouldn't have said this was my favorite section at any point, but certainly once it's going on for about twice as long as you would have liked it to. Alright, so I can go right, rather, also. All whatever. Bottom right, okay. Of course. But I assume if you pick the wrong one, that you'll basically have to redo the section, probably. So, like, not worth risking it. Prove yourself, you must go now. Face one last challenge. One last challenge, I can do that. But yeah, it really feels like my enjoyment of this game is kind of up and down depending on the level. So this is the dude that someone else kills in the intro to Onimusha 3, right? That's pretty sick. Making good on the fact that we didn't get to fight him in that game. He's not taking any damage. Well, he took like a pixel. Maybe he just blocked it. Paying too close attention. Maybe we descend and then broke his armor. Oh, right. Okay, so I pressed triangle there, forgetting that I have a weapon that doesn't have that move. Okay, that's fine. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Good start. Walk on. Fuck, I mashed a little too hard there. What the hell? Oh, I'm like misreading the distance like crazy. Ah, see, I thought he would whiff the first one. But yeah, it definitely seems like you have to do the ascent. So, in case you have no idea what I'm doing, I'm trying to block the last moment. Oh, that's a different attack. I wasn't ready. Because that's how you do the parry. So obviously, if you're timing it just ever so slightly wrong, you just get hit. But I figure you could block. See, I'm trying to like block and then I'm hitting the attack follow-up as if I'm connecting. Fine. Fuck that up. So I'm like not confirming that I'm actually connecting and pressing the button, which of course ends up just being a regular attack. Which isn't gonna help me. Can you please attack?
Unspeakable horror.
Keep fucking up. Mochem subscribed to tier 1 for 12 months. That is in fact 1 whole year, and that is in fact sick. Thank you very much for your continued patronage. Enjoy your continued unspeakable horrors, and enjoy your brand new 12-month skull. Thank you again. Oh, he just starts off with fireball. Okay, I pressed block. So I don't know what, and I was having trouble in the other games too, but I don't know if there's like a startup to the block, but I feel like I'm definitely pressing the button before I get hit, and I'm not blocking. And I'm trying to adjust my timing. Wow, fancy sidestep there. And it's not going super well. Oh shit, I just somehow dodged his fucking roundhouse kick. Sanuj, what's up? Thing is, I guess well, I guess I can, as long as I'm... Yeah, I can swap to this because... Well, we need help anyway. If I get hit, I can do this. And just take less damage. The camera is definitely... See, like, not that even hit. Oh, I should have done that 3 attacks ago. That's fine. The fact that I'm... Oh, I was blocking that. I didn't mention that. The fact that I'm, like... My character's standing in between the camera and the enemy makes it way harder to actually see their attacks. I guess I can... Throw it into it. Oh, cool, I just lost. Stupid. That's a cool boss fight, though. I like it. Wow, just got full-on armor. Oh my god, okay. Well, I feel like I didn't really hit a lot during that phase. Well, I'll take the death here. Need be. Oh shit! Okay, that was interesting, because he still had the sword. It was like still on fire. It was like, oh shit, I have to do it again? I have to do it twice now? But then we traded hits and his sword like fucking broke. Oh, it's so easy to do the dash. I hate that the dash is block plus direction. I wish I had to press the X button or something. That was a parry? Oh shit, I can actually parry in between. Okay, that should make it a lot easier. Yeah, okay. I can just buffer the parry of the second hit. Escape, huh? See about that. Okay, easy. You just stand there and block. And then after that, you just let go of the button and you press it again. And you parry the second strike. Okay, maybe that was the same effect as... I don't know, I was confused about his sword, like, breaking. Oh, I fucked it up. Oh, I guess I just hit him multiple times. Like, got both the hits at once. No, dude, I'm just trying to do the thrust. Oh, he's gonna hit. Whoa, that was kind of fucked. That was sick, but... So can I bet that I can... Fuck it, let's do it. We got him. Okay, that was awesome. I was like, can I trust here that he will not do that like armored palm thrust? All right, that was... See, that's the thing. Like, another thing that makes the parry kind of easier in this game is that there seems to be multiple situations like that where you can just sort of buffer. Because there was another boss where we did the exact same thing. You can block, and then you can almost kind of mash block or like hold block. And the game isn't like checking the timing of your button press, but like sort of in game time, whether you press the block button within like relative to the attack coming out in whatever time frame. Well, I guess we missed our ride. But see, it's like not the first time we've had a fight like that in the game. That seems kind of bullshit and annoying. And then you kind of figure out the trick, and it's not only perfectly doable, it also feels satisfying as hell. And there was really no moments at all like that in the previous 3 games. Even the boss fights that were cool were mostly cool on kind of a set piece, you know, conceptual level. Very few combat encounters had that satisfying feel to them. So there are parts of this game that are pretty sweet. Forcing the door open, we're just that tough. Beyond Onimusha. Are we gonna just hit her real hard now that we've got the orb and we're glowing blue and it's just gonna be fine? Or is this like MJ the Mystery Hospital all over again? If anyone can drive the Genma insects out of that girl, it's you. You should have been bestowed a new power. So, right, I was speculating about this before, that we're gonna get some kind of Onimusha power or something, right? Because we have the OP meter that maxes out at 0. Sword of Purification. While in a special charge... I guess holding triangle, is that it? Press R2 to use the secret technique, Sword of Purification. Use the left analog stick with R2 to change the skill. Well, this is some quality translation here, just making it very awkward to understand what this means without the context of having done it. I'm sure it's not complicated, but it's hard to understand the words. Foil, R2, spin Requiem around to clean up any enemies in the area. This attack is a purifying effect. Stab, R2 and forward. Throw Requiem forward. Light, press back. Sweep Requiem up and down. So I guess Requiem is the sword. we're talking about. Oh shit! Right, we have no health left. Right. Died. Okay. The game is frequent checkpoints, so. Oh my god. Okay. I forgot that I had a sword with no Oni attacks. I was like, hey, let's try that thing. But let's heal so we don't have to skip 3 cutscenes every time I die. Oh, the item management in this game is so tedious. Okay, we have 0 OP. So. I wonder if I'm... Can I charge? Press L. No, wait. R. Was it L2 or R2? I don't know. I tried pressing the button, neither worked. I think it's R2, which actually... What's the fuck you do? Yeah, secret technique. But I have 0 OP. Do I need OP to do it? If I just, like, destroy her, is she just gonna die and bad end? I guess we'll find out. I guess there's no real way to, like, gain meter. I can just block. Oh, shit. Well, except when she does that. Oh, that was a bomb, I guess. I see. Well, that was a new move. I was like, well, as soon as I see her turn around, I'll block. But because my fucking character obscures the camera, I couldn't. And I have to remember to heal up. Yeah, I was like, do I tap R2 or do I hold it or do I... Like, it's just strangely kind of awkwardly phrased. I thought maybe I could outrun. Wow, that's good. Maybe there's an elemental weakness. I'm just holding block, for fuck's sake. I just fucking never hit her with the other. It dealt more damage than I thought. Oh, it's fine. Bombs. Oh shit, okay, I did not think they would reach me. It's holding block, that's fine. Okay, I guess I... Okay, that's how this works. I have a feeling that's not at all how it's gonna work. Like, the mechanic of it. I mean, that we got a tutorial for a thing we couldn't do during this fight. Just like a bit stupid. So that's the thing, like, this game is definitely more uneven than the other 3. Like, the pacing is kind of weird, the level design is super uneven. It feels super, like, quality and expensive, and then it feels super cheap and, like, budget. It's really kind of all over the place in some ways. Like, it's a perfect encapsulation of that, just seeing these 2 characters on screen. Like, the character design And the style and tone of stuff is also a little more all over the place. Man, that boss fight was pretty fucking sick, though. I've been streaming for a good while. I should take a short break. We might get thrown into some other cutscene stuff right away. Who knows? So let's take a break while we're here in the save screen. Why did she need getting killed? Well, we didn't kill her. We just purified. We just stabbed her 50 times so we could purify her. She was infected with Genma insects, which would eventually turn her into a Genma tree, from which, I guess, Genma soldiers spring forth somehow. But yeah, like the bad guy's plan basically involves infecting people with these insects so that they turn into trees, and that's how they build the Genma army. And she was kind of coerced, I guess, into working for them by having those insects implanted or whatever. But she chose to defy them anyway and come with us. And then, like, after 2 minutes, like, oh yeah, right, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna turn into a tree. And when that was revealed, this mysterious little girl shows up. It's like, oh yeah, we can fix that. Here, just go through this magic door, do some bullshit puzzle rooms, and get an Oni orb. And yeah, that'll be the end of it. And, well, she was right. So to see where this inspiring tale goes next, we'll find out shortly. But first, a short break. See you guys in just a little bit.
Let's go.
right. Power drift jams very hot indeed. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what's next. We get thrown into the next stage. Surely we'll get a proper
またこの
hub
感じか
section.
ついに鬼武者と
This
して
guy.
覚醒しましたか。
Yeah, we saw him before,
黒き鬼よ。
really early on.
誰だ
誰だですかそれは無意味な問いかけです。私とあなたは深い縁の糸で
Got quite the
結ばれて
posture,
いるの
this
で
fella.
すから。
何を言ってやがる
結末の因果率は我々の存在を引き合わせることでしょう。またお会いしましょう。黒き鬼。破壊の神に最も近き存在。
Like these scenes again, they feel so budgety. Like they feel very generic. They're not like cinematics, they're just like scripted
そう切ってば
sequences with mostly text and sometimes voices. No facial animation.
アリンかじゃないよまったく何をぼさっとして
They're
るの
like
さ
okay, but
頭にこけ
they
で
feel
も入
so
っちまったのかね
they really add to that feeling of inconsistent level of
今
polish
白い
and
服着たや
like
つなでも
production
消えちま
value.
ったな奴は玄馬か
そりゃあないねここは鬼の法力がずば抜けて強い場所なんだ玄馬は絶対に近寄れやしないんだから
気のせいか
それより
Definitely just imagine that guy.
そういえば姿が見えないなどこ行った
玄馬化した時早期殿と戦って服がボロ
Clothes were this.
でござる
Okay, well, not visibly, but I guess they just fell apart afterwards, huh?
なんだよ気味悪いな
見て驚くんじゃないよお初入っておいで
Alright, okay.
どうかな早期
お肌
なんちゅう第一世代かっこいいでござるよお初殿ありがとう美濃吉くんあそのね服ボロボロになっちゃってなんとか前の服の布とアリンさんからもらった服を組み合わせて作ったのちょっと恥ずかしいんだけど
The way she's standing, I don't know, it's just making me laugh.
早期
あいや似合うぜ
But this like fucking slapstick ass comedy scene also feels like
鼻の下伸びまくりだよ
you wouldn't really have scenes like this in the other games.
今までの服がガチガチすぎたんだよあれじゃあ玄馬と戦うには動きづらくてしょうがないからこれくらいでちょうどいいさ今ま
Like
での
even yeah, the way everything's animated
玄
too.
馬中に侵食された醜い肌を見せたくなかったからでも早期のおかげでそれもなくなったわ本当にありがとう
I don't know, it's just weirdly animated.
あ
まあお初は
But
体
hey,
調が万全
new
になる
costume,
ま
that's
で
always cool.
まずは休むことね早期も鬼の試練で疲れただろうからまずは休息を取りな
With enough OP, press L3 and R3 at the same time to invoke Soki's Oni Awakening, the Onimusha transformation. Yeah, we've known what this is kind of like because we did it before. Or well, we didn't do it, but we were in that mode for a boss fight or two. Oni cutter attack. Okay, so OP basically it's the exact same as the purple orb gauge in the previous games. It's funny that it never caused a problem, I guess. But it's still funny to me that they're explaining this now when at least once, but I think twice, we've been in that mode anyway. And none of what they described there really was new information. Well, except the OP gauge and whatever, how that works. But even so, I don't know. It's funny in a way, but at the same time, like it's still cool that it's not like I feel that I wish I had this tutorial text before we had those things, those scenes, the boss fights where we were in Onimusha mode. It's just, I don't know, it just feels weird somehow, a little clunky. So, demon blood. While transformed, she can fire demon shots. Okay. Basically the same thing. So I'm assuming everyone's gonna be able to. Okay. Wait, all in. Oh, okay. So this is her purifying thing. Well, it's not. Well, secret technique, I guess. She doesn't purify. She just blows shit up. So even on top of the moves we can sort of extend our move list with by leveling up, we just reached a point in the story where now everyone has a new set of special moves. But I still don't understand how, like, does this cost meter the same way as the demon moves do? I guess we'll have to figure that out. So gunpowder, I guess, is probably the move that she did in the boss fight. Okay, so this is like a new hub. That's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Rip those other guys, I guess. I mean, the synopsis that we saw before seemed to imply that Tenkai is dead. And, you know, we're done with him. But I don't know if that's the case. Yeah, so Jubei and Roberto and... I don't know, I was expecting that we would have the whole party for a bit. I mean, we're still on disc 1, so for all I know, maybe the second half of the game you have all 5 characters, but... Makes the whole, like, choosing where to spend your point stuff kind of weird when you have no idea of when each character is ever going to be available and such. But clearly, the game is meant to be played multiple times, so I'm assuming you'll be able to carry content over between playthroughs and shit. Who knows? Yep, this game is 2 discs. Yeah, we didn't reach a hub for like 3 levels, so we've got a whole bunch of shit stored up here. Aurora. Hey, friendship scarf. That might be merchant stamp. Like, you don't know what anything does. Air scarf. So we definitely don't want that, because the friendship scarf is the same but more potent. I guess you don't combine food stuff with other stuff. Oh, this does create the ring, I see. Oh, okay, I can... The secret med level 2 with just the grass, I see. The grass and wildflower probably... Yeah. The secret medicine gives you both health and magic. I'm sorry that it's all I can handle today. Wow. Okay. I didn't realize that was a thing. So with the other, usually you can talk to... Oh, okay, I guess I never combined all that much stuff at the same time. Well, that sucks, because I wanted to do the scarf. Right. Dark Realm? No. I mean, I kind of maybe do, but... So now we can't revisit the early stages. I mean, it kind of makes some sort of storyline sense, but... Yeah, the structure keeps throwing me for a bit of a loop here. Yeah, she won't let me... Oh, I wanted to make the other scarf. I guess we load our save game. We have this one. 15,000. Yeah, I think we can afford this. Earth Blade. So this is I think this is a Jubei weapon, which who knows if that's ever going to be relevant again. Probably, but so like I guess I'm meant to sell shit to just clean up all this mess. It's like, oh, it's just so much to keep track of. No, not so. Yeah, so I guess I would get rid of the pear scarf because I can make a friendship scarf, which would be better. But who knows if I maybe find another pear scarf? Ugh, whatever. I think it's fair to assume that we're gonna want some different weapon. Oh yeah, that's right. We found a weapon for her. Earth rifle. Type normal. Piercing. That's a different type. Well, actually, let's take a look. So this one's really expensive and has extremely low damage. So surely there's going to be something special about this. Wielding it would quickly increase experience. Yeah, level 1 experience. So it'll always give you double XP, but the attack is trash. But it might level, the damage might go up pretty quickly, and then at the end you'll get plus 50 if you level it up to max. That's like kind of a big ask. Make sure to remember to enhance the skill, because I don't know which character I'm actually gonna be in the next level. There's no guarantee that I'll be Ohat's. Yeah, so the Guardian I had before. No, wait, that's the new one. Takes time to reach its full effect. I mean, it's still way more powerful anyway. Grinding sword for early stage revisit. Yeah, who knows? Because that's the thing, yeah, like the game... The game has not been grindy, but I'm not sure if the game expects me to grind. Like, level shit up. I mean, it's not like I felt the need to, but maybe I'm under-leveled. I don't know. But this seems like an immediate step up, so... So we'll level up this one. Take a look here before we forget. I kind of did this a little bit throughout the stage, so yeah, there's not that much. Oh, it looks like we've been, the shackles are off here. We can, we can increase. There were like caps on all the skills up until now. Now there's no longer a level cap. Special. Oh, okay. So this is just added here now too. Oh, just curious to see if like level 6, another 3 would have added some new thing here, but I guess not. P-sword. Purify enemy. Dude, I guess you can chain a lot. Do that. Pretty expensive to level up, but... Well, let's do it one more so she has level 2 magic. And let's take a look at the shop here. So now I have some point of comparison. Piercing, AP40. I think that's the same. I don't know when or where. I don't know. Like I would like what each one of these is going to be used for, or like what it's good for, or how likely I am to swap between them to maximize the use of the stats, you know, elemental attributes and whatnot. So I'm curious about this because it's like, I mean, money's like not that big a deal, I suppose. But will it? Oh, that's not the right. Well, yeah, this one won't imagine. But I think I already have one that's got more. Doesn't the wind one have the same effect? I think so. Because the damage is like so absurdly low compared to my other weapons. Is it gonna ever catch up? Like, is leveling it up gonna be super expensive? And if I level it up to max, is it ever gonna make up for its shortcomings? Okay, let's find out. Like, it's like the first expensive thing that's interesting. Oh, can actually drive jewel. Increase the maximum. Okay, so having more OP, I guess it's good because it means you can be in Oni mode longer. I haven't even looked at, actually. Do I have like a, I can't see. I was like, do I have a purple gauge or something? But I can't even see what my bars. I mean, I have 0 out of 1280, but I'm just curious to see what it kind of behaved. Also, I never looked at this again. Yeah. So as you can see, there's like a fucking shit ton of weapon. Yeah, we got 16% of weapons. Ugh, that's a lot. I mean, not that it's a goal in and of itself to collect them. That's not my point or my worry. It's just that the other games had 3 weapons, and it was very easy to keep track of which was which. And it's, I don't know. At some point, it's just like seems pointless to even try to figure out what, like, you know, which ones you should use. But I'm feeling like ultimately I don't think it really matters necessarily, but because the game sort of gives me room to worry about it, I end up worrying about it, which annoys me. Yeah, it's hard to like get a sense for, because everything, like, there's so much about it that's kind of obtuse, which again I think is you're meant to experience and figure it out so that for your next playthrough you have a better sense for what kind of build you want or whatever. But I end up feeling kind of, you know, limited by my, or sort of held back, because I'm a little afraid to put, like, I'm not that like fussed about it really. Ultimately, I'm like, it's kind of whatever, but you're being asked to commit to things by spending points, finite points on something where it's like you have no idea. It doesn't feel like you can make very educated investments, and that's not a great feeling to me. But there's so many different weapons that it's also like, ugh, I can't even bother try to, you know, to figure it out. It's just an element that was completely absent in the other games, and I don't, like, I'm not happy with the addition, like, at all. Dragon Offer, that's the new one. Okay, yeah, it's pretty expensive to upgrade, so I would have to think that it's actually gonna... yeah, I don't have that much. I have to imagine that it's actually gonna be worthwhile to upgrade it. let's not have to redo this if we, for some reason, don't end up at another save point. Hideout 6. I guess this, yeah, it's not the 6th hideout, but 6th time you're in a hideout between stages. Well, let's go, I guess. What a weird screen.
ひゃひゃひゃ元気かい秀康殿俺はめっちゃくちゃ元気だぜ
胸乗りじゃない
続けるぞてめえはうまく逃げ隠れたつもりだろうがとっくにバレてんだよバーカ攻め込もうと思ったが強力な結界みたいなのがあるから諦めたそこでてめえの方から出てきてもらおうと思ってこの矢踏みをしたためたってわけだただ一本だけ
I don't feel like this game is doing a terribly good job at like establishing the antagonists and our characters' relationship to them.
とりあえず500本用意して飛ばしたぜ500本だ
Alright, just loop the animation, sure.
寺が梁の山みたいになってたよおかげで屋根も壁も焼き傷だらけだまったく何なんだい胸乗りってやつは
Like, Munenori's, we've encountered them a few times, I guess, but I don't know.
茜を人質に取ってやるもし来なければいろいろひどいことしちゃうぜじゃあ待ってるからなるべく
I mean, the game there might be 30 hours left, so maybe we'll get to know them better over time.
茜十兵衛殿のことでござる宗貴殿
ちくしょう胸乗り
Zero facial animation. Like, it's so
急ぎましょう
budget looking.
行くぜ安土城だ
I mean, like, overall, the graphics, like, they're super well done and everything. Like, I don't mean that everything looks cheap, but, like, the overall impression of the kind of presentation just feels so much less polished. Soki and Ohatsu head out for the Azuchi Castle in order to save Jubei. Munenori is waiting in the keep, holding Jubei hostage. So this is the castle from the first game, I believe. I could be
俺を
wrong.
人質なんかにしたってあいつは来ねえよ殺すならとっとと殺しやがれ
来るんだよあいつは大人だからな
Well, I mean, I guess it could be argued that the English subtitles and the voice acting are... Each of them are goofy in their own way. What, the turrets? I guess this is the... No, this is the castle from 3. This is like the... Narration stuff is like kind of cool. I just wish it was... not so kind of... random. I don't know. Oh, okay, so I see. I have a little gauge around the orb thing on the left. Of course there's an orb. There's always orbs. Well, that's my demon power. And it looks like maybe you have to fill it up halfway in order to maybe be able to activate it. Let me... Okay. Maybe you have to actually launch the enemy for this to work. Kind of slam happening there. That's probably gonna hurt me if I'm standing this close. Nope, it just bled out. It kind of makes no sense, by the way, in a game like this, why we have to collect the map. Like, it's kind of weird, don't you think? Like, the original Onimusha is like, it was, you know, kind of molded after Resident Evil. But here, it's just like, mostly fully linear action stages. they're just non-linear enough to warrant having a map in the first place. It's weird that you have to collect it. Yeah, I think the concept of having the narration is awesome. That fits the tone of like this series great, but it's weird that it happens so rarely. This was a boss earlier on, if I recall. It's like not doing it. So try this, I guess. Oh yeah. She okay. I was like, oh yeah, we can like actually equip something with her, but we're good to go. Stop. Try to block, but I was still stuck in the animation. Oh, up here? No. I guess, well, she can shoot those guys, I guess. I feel like this guy's big enough and tanky enough to warrant a boss health bar, so you can actually get a better sense of how little or much life you're actually draining here, but that's fine. The moment I get a little greedy. This one certainly feels like I'm not going to get anything better than a bronze. I mean, especially seeing as I haven't gotten anything but bronze in quite a while for any of these tests of valor. Dude, I was totally blocking that. Of course. Took 2,000 damage apparently. I got some golds early on, but for the past like 5 stages, I don't think I've gotten anything but bronze. But I guess I meant to come back to them with much better gear and shit. Higher stats. That's exactly what I did. Okay. Right. There we go. What do we got? Wolf ring. That looks fancy. Oh yeah, she's like dead, apparently. Yeah, she did die probably, but came back. By the way. So she can heal up. Oh, there's a ring. Oh yeah, okay, so we got the wolf necklace. That gets defense, and that means bonus of 30% attack power when you're low on health. It's actually not too bad idea, because my AI partner is gonna end up being low on health somewhat frequently. You guys just gonna hang out here, I guess? Probably let her take some of that, but that's fine. She can get some health. We can play with her for a bit. You can't walk that way. figure out some of the moves we unlocked here. Pretty nice to have a gun. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay. Alright, let's move along. Guess this is where we're going? Looks like it. Too heavy for me. Okay, of course it is. What about him? Do we need Roberto here? Nope, he can open it. Yeah, I like the fact that the characters are quite different. It's been a long time since I touched Jubei or Tenkai. I don't exactly remember how they play, but Roberto felt pretty different, and obviously the gun is very different. Oh shit. I think for the most part, the more typical third-person camera works better than in 3. The camera in 3 I had a lot of issues with. But right off the bat, I remember feeling it felt like weirdly tight. And I do think I prefer to lock on maybe to the guys fucking swinging a club at me, not some turret a mile away. Can I? But that said, I've gotten kind of used to it. But I do feel like, and that was actually an issue in 3 as well, that you end up kind of blocking, you obscure the enemies. Because the camera is so, like, I'm not sure if I would have wanted, like, a camera to be higher up. I don't know, maybe the character more off-center or something, but I feel like a sort of conspicuous amount of the time that ends up being an issue. Also, I guess her purple gauge isn't gonna like charge itself unless I play as her and absorb purple gems, orbs, souls, whatever. Observation. Wait, hang on. Oh yeah, she's got a like grapple hook kind of thing. So, I mean, we're not getting up here. There's a big old interaction thing, but I'm pressing it. It's no response. That's what I meant to do. Yeah, the charge attack is really weird too, because there's like no feedback. You just hold the button for a bit, and if you held it long enough, shot works. Is there a map here that? Sometimes, I mean, in that weird indoors section, I think they seem to prevent others from respawning or something, which I don't think would help us here. But yeah, I'm a little confused. I can't look up, by the way. Pushing the right stick up or down does nothing. Wait, okay, I mashed circle, and now she's walking to it. That was an interaction point there. I just didn't see it. Which I guess that's how the game works. This shows up when you're standing close to it, but... And I mean, I can't complain too much. I did figure it out without too much prodding, but... I'm not sure if I did a finishing attack or I just did the regular attack aimed to the floor. Whatever. Secret Mad, level 2. So let's try something. I'm mashing fucking R2. Did I do the thing? I don't understand. Okay, if I just press R2. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, wait, why did the game say that I have to... I'm so confused. Yeah, I'm just pressing R2. The tutorial said I was supposed to press R2 while charging a special move. Well, I guess it said while in special charge. Maybe I completely misunderstood what that means. He'll wake up eventually. Yeah, there's a cooldown, I guess. But there doesn't appear to be... Dude, that took a little longer than I would have liked. I'm not sure if there's like an indication for when you can or cannot use your secret techniques. Oh, she's, yeah, of course. I'll let her gain some health back then. Yeah, it's weird how it introduces the R2 special thing, especially when it's the introduction you get is like not correct. Because then in the skills list, it just says, oh, press R2. Because, like, I guess that's what you actually do. Maybe they meant to say that they have to be locked on, like in the fighting stance for it to work. Which, like, appears to maybe be the case. Oh, okay, cool. She teleported up here. Good. Test of Valor? Yeah. Ugh, we have to do down attacks, okay. No, dude, see, like... The positioning is so finicky. Knock him down without killing them. Actually, maybe it is better if she's just walking on fucking them. Dude. Oh, I got killed. I was in the animation? That's fine. Oh, I have to redo the whole thing, don't I? Oh, well, actually, I think we just passed through the door. I'm just trying to remember the checkpoint isn't at the Test of Valor, but it starts as soon as we get up here. Let's just let her get some health back. I guess I can heal myself a little bit too. Let's try again. Like, I don't understand the spacing for it, but I don't know if it's like if you're not completely perfectly stationary, it also doesn't work. Like so needlessly hard to like set up. It's so funny how like that in particular is so much harder in this game. Oh, okay. I down attack someone. I didn't even see them there, but it's fine. One more. They got blown up by bombs. There we go. Of course, bronze. Like, it didn't go very smoothly. I didn't necessarily feel what I could have done a lot better, but... Alright, I'm gonna assume she's gonna need to grapple up there somewhere. Item. Ladder thing. I'm just gonna walk up here, mash circle. No? Just respawning, of course. Can you just go? No? Can't go up here? Do I go back? Map's not gonna be any helpful, is it? No, not really. Well, maybe if I'm at a distance, I can kind of see what's going on. Well, can't see shit, but... Well, that's obviously gonna take me down. I mean, we keep getting XP, I guess. Wait. What? Oh, I guess you can talk to the other characters. I didn't realize that was a thing, but okay. Mashing interact. But can he, like, obviously climb up? I'm thinking maybe he would get kind of feedback. Maybe the interaction point isn't like... Oh, do I... Press R2 to blow something up? I'm supposed to shoot whatever that is up there. Something flashed red. Was that me trying to do the... No? Her arm, like... Yeah, see? Oh, maybe it's glowing red when I can use my ability? Okay, I missed the square inch where I had to press circle. I was literally running around pressing circle. We have some of those jewels. Yeah, I can use that with her. I think he's actually still ahead. Yeah, his gauge is still longer. I'm like scared to use too many of these in case we finally get access to other characters who are now suddenly way behind on health. But I guess if we can buy one for 3,000 gold, so yen or whatever money. It's probably not yen, but oh yeah, she can't open the door, of course. This game just has like so much, both in frequency and in amount. Like the annoyance factor in this game is just way higher than the others. But then every now and then it has an awesome boss fight. So like it's a very uneven game. Look at the wall. Probably just a decoration. Yeah, probably. Yeah, what could possibly happen if you shot this wall decoration? Can I... Or you step on the button to shoot it, I guess. I can't... Oh, I can't lock onto it. I just press circle. Okay, of course. You don't actually shoot. You just press the action button to shoot. I mean, this place looks pretty cool, though. Opening something. Oh, okay, so he has to stand on it so she can shoot it. Is that the idea? No, we're not doing fucking trick shots from over here. Like so many little things that just like add up to annoyance. Game's cool though. Game's cool. So can swing over there, right? Yeah. But I still can't. Oh, wait, no. Okay, I was gonna say, oh, I can press circle, but no, that's gonna just swing me back. That delay is just the way it's animated, by the way. Like, I don't mind the mechanics of how the puzzle stuff works. It's just like a lot of little things and how it's sort of animated. Alright, he's gonna take damage. Yep. Unavoidable. That did something, I guess. Someone's small, so yeah, she can't actually step down there. I guess we need Jubei here, because that's too far a leap. Did we half open this? Or is there a time thing? Did I open some other green barrier? Oh, okay. I have to change to him to order her to stop. So now I can get through, and I guess he just helps with us. That's fine. A little weird. Obviously, he has to step on that. So he already commented on getting a good vantage point from wherever that was. A little mirror down there. Okay. So yeah, I believe. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I was gonna say I think this castle was in the other game, but it certainly didn't look like this. Or maybe it's a different castle, and it's just the fact that we stormed it seemed similar to that scene in 3. Oh yeah, she can open this, right? It's so funny when you try to interact with that thing with Soke. He's like, "Oh, it looks like you can blow it up with a bomb or whatever." It's like, okay, yeah, sure. It's a funny conclusion to draw, but I mean, he's not wrong. Wait, I thought we picked up a map. Maybe we picked up a map for the grounds. Yeah, I guess we did have a map for the grounds. So, well, this is where we came from, yeah. Actually, we might have leveled up stuff. We have a lot of souls, actually, I just realized, so... Yeah, 3 levels. Which has a different artwork now, that's cool. Managed to do the role like deliberately, but it does seem like you would want to be able to do that, because when you get knocked down, you're on the floor forever. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can blow up with a bomb, but there's also like the 3 previous Onimusha games have taught me that if there's a demon seal thing on a door, you need a particular weapon of a matching color to open it, not a bomb. Not that Soke has played the other games, I guess, but it's just a little funny. Yeah, let's fucking max out deflect. So let's do the dragon offer and just see. It goes up from 15 to 16. Okay, but we know that levels don't necessarily accumulate like linearly. Yeah. 18. Okay. It's low damage, but I'm gonna try. I mean, she can still kill. You know what? I don't even think about that. I can play with her. And it doesn't, well, yeah, because XP is not like, I don't even know what XP is or how it works. Like, is XP the same as Red Souls? I don't even know. But I should equip this with him anyway, for sure. Oh yeah, I did unlock the magic. That's good, I guess. Yeah, let's do this so she gets... Oh, she gets increased defense, too. Oh, that was the piercing gun, I think. Now I have to remember that I also have to go here and equip. Almost. Okay, so the halfway mark must be... Yeah, that's where my demon OP gauge maxes out currently. It's not a door, is it? It's like an altar or something. Not... Well... Here's a switch. A whole bunch of stuff here. Okay. Well, one thing at a time. Platform from... Oh yeah, okay, there was a... we picked up a note that mentioned something about an elevator. So what about this door? Wow, this looks noisy. Read. Yeah, every now and then you do get this kind of classic-ish camera angle, and it feels very weird. Like, I keep trying to control the camera. Yeah, actually, you do, like, combo stuff. Like XP, and that's, the combos definitely are shared between the characters, so, you know. As long as I have someone else with decent weapons with him, like, he can have his shit weapon and just... Like, it should basically increase... the XP gain for both of us, I would think. But it's definitely kind of a... Oh, I thought it was gold. So why am I not picking it up? There we go. Peace. Okay. Yeah, so we had like the necklace of peace. Okay, no, it's not the same. Nothing to do with this, I guess. Defense, okay. Well, there's a switch up here. I was trying to listen to the sounds to hear if it something like closed, which it did. It's not anything. Okay, so it's probably that door right here. I was gonna say it couldn't be anything inside because whatever it affected would reset. Let's just take a look up here first. So, of all the characters we've played, at least only Tenkai has the ability to chat with dead folks. Alright. I guess I'll, that. Alright. Does... Well, we'll figure it out, I guess. Oh, we can take a look at the map. Maps are a bit sketchy. Oh well. Oh shit. I want to see if I can do the reset. Ah, combo. Alright, so she can shoot from here. Means she should probably stay there. Wait. Why am I going here? There's no actual switch. But that's a different door. I guess the stuff's in different rooms now. Maybe I just go around. Oh, maybe not. There's the switch. I didn't even fucking see it. Okay, there we go. That makes more sense. So, I'll play as him. Who knows if there's a heavy door or something on the other side. But I don't trust her to get past this trap. I guess, okay, it just disables itself. Very kind of it. Oh, but I can't fucking walk. Ugh. So much stuff like that, too, to just, like, add to the annoyance factor. Operate the machine, sure. I guess that activated the elevator, probably. Had a bit of an Onimusha 3 moment there, where... you know, I'm doing this. Whoa, wrong button, that's fine. And then I hold up on the joystick. And it's like, whoa, no, right, I have to hold down. Oh yeah, we did unbar that, so, okay. Looks like we pretty much did this in the correct order then. How would I do this feature without it being annoying? You mean the camera switching with the controls? I mean, I just think it's always a bit tricky. Oh yeah, the door. When you have, like, it's a non-issue with tank controls. You just hold forward and you hold up and you go forward, and that's what it was like in Onimusha 1 and 2, and it worked fine. Oh, you mean that? Well, the part I'm annoyed with is just like, not the message or anything. It's just the levels are designed for you to come here with characters that can't do stuff. So it's like very much, very obviously and clearly signposting like, oh, I bet you can't wait to come back here a second time so you can repeat levels. Like you have to play multiple times to get everything because you have to come back here with a different character. Oh, okay, so it's actually activated one part of it. I see. So that's the part that I'm more kind of annoyed with. That it's, I don't know, it's kind of like the Donkey Kong 64 thing, right? Like, it's just a lot of stuff that only a particular character can do, which ends up feeling, I think, a little bit like it's making stuff, it's just extending stuff for the sake of extending it, sort of. I mean, it's obviously, there's a balance to strike there because having characters have unique abilities is not inherently a bad thing. I think for me, the reason I get kind of annoyed with it, it's a little bit of a mix. Because it's not that I'm strictly against sort of backtracking or being able to come back to do stuff either. It's just something particularly irksome when the game seems to sort of gleefully announces that there's going to be, you know, you're supposed to come back here later. I had a very similar annoyance with Rise of the Tomb Raider, where the first reboot Tomb Raider was a mostly kind of linear game with some sort of hub levels where you can, you know, you can approach things in a somewhat very vaguely non-linear fashion. For the most part, it was kind of a straightforward thing. And then in the second game was much more of a, let's call it conventional open world type structure. Oh, okay, we gotta come out through that door, I see. And the first game absolutely had places where you would come across something that you would have to get some kind of upgrade to get through. But there wasn't as much of it, and it wasn't like as kind of overt about it. And like in you know, in the second Tomb Raider game, I like just on its face, like it was just you know, a game that had a bigger sense of sort of tedium to it, and to already be like, oh, I have to keep track of like 50 types of ingredients for crafting and, you know, survival shit. I have to you know, there's all these icons on the map for shit I can do and side missions and exploration and whatever. To then find stuff that's like, oh, you can't do this yet, but once you get certain upgrades, you can come back and do this thing. Like, I don't want to be told. I don't want the game to like excitedly announce that there's shit you can't do. You have to come back. In a game where I'm not looking, you know, to have that kind of experience of finding locks and figuring out the keys, that can add an annoyance factor. But even so, like, there's also the matter of how you present that information. Having an obstacle and only later being able to overcome it is perfectly fine. But the manner in which you present both the lock and the key, fucking time. Can absolutely have, you know, make a difference on whether it feels exciting or condescending. Guessing it's time at least. There was text there that I just skipped by, but well, shouldn't have hesitated there. Get up, please. Figured I wouldn't have time. See, like, this was already not that fun the first time I did it, and now we have to do it a second time, but it's more annoying. I wouldn't say that it's harder, at least not in any interesting way. Well, I might as well go back now. Of course, the only time it matters is when I'm getting hit. I didn't get hit at all before. And I'm already in like a slightly annoyed mental frame here. Oh, okay. Alright. Operate the machine. So the elevator should be good, but I think there's still a few doors and stuff we didn't actually go through yet. I guess we're here to rescue Jubei, so maybe we'll come back here with her. Assuming this is... Yeah. There wasn't any other... But yeah, the door down here, I don't think I went through. Not sure if my XP gaining plan is working out super well, but at least he's not dying, so. Okay. Like, this game is, I don't know, it's just... That was a slow bullet. It's having a lot of stuff, like, I don't know. I mean, I can appreciate on some level that it's having, like, gimmick stuff for the levels to make them a little different from one another. But there's a lot of it that's kind of overstaying its welcome. A lot of the gimmicks aren't that exciting to begin with, and then when they kind of get worse and more annoying with each repetition, you know, that's kind of an issue that we never really saw in any of the other games. Also, I just now realized / remember that the little munchkin, our friend, whatever they're called, there was an option to go to the Bloody Palace in between the stages, which I didn't do. And I kind of thought that I wanted to, and then I just... yeah. Also, I'm realizing that both of our characters have the same amount of OP, which I'm fairly sure they did last time I checked. So I guess probably that means that regardless of character, they both absorb both, which is good. I just would not have expected the game to do that. What the fuck was that we picked up? Well, it's not a weapon. No? Should allow access to the key. I'm just... I'm not sure where this was used for anything, but... yeah, there's just so much of everything in a way that I don't think really benefits the game. Or like a lot of it I feel like could have been sort of streamlined. Because again, I just feel like it takes away from the stuff that's genuinely good. Oh, I think I fucked this up, didn't I? There we go. Victory Gale. Presumably a Soki weapon? Yeah, exactly. Like the variations on each, like the gimmicks, are never that interesting. They're just more tedious. Victory Gale. Alright, starts at a pretty fucking high level. Sword forged with the power of wind. So it's a type 4 combo, wind. Max OP 500, Oni magic. Like... so I already have a wind. See, this is level 8. But at level 1, this one is already about as powerful. What's the ability I get from this? Okay, that's a type 5 combo, so it's actually a different type of weapon. It increases my attack damage, and at level max, it'll generate an attack wave, whatever the heck that means. Oh yeah, okay, I'm just thinking of something. I'm just realizing that the experience boost that I'm getting from that sword, because experience, I guess, is completely unrelated from souls. Because yeah, you get XP when you kill enemies, not from when you absorb souls. That means that the XP boost is not gonna at all help me to make that weapon more powerful. I mean, it's gonna help his stats level up, which I guess is not nothing. And it's not gonna, you know, give me fewer souls. But the weapon's own effect is not actively contributing to powering up the weapon. See this as the XP thing there at the bottom? Like that's what the sword is supposed to be improving, I guess. Right, so we circled back here, then I guess we can just take this route then. Oh, the door stayed open, that's kind. Very, very generous of the game. Like every now and then it makes kind gestures to reduce tedium. I think we're kind of done with everything. Okay. I can't remember how recently we did this, but we got a little bit of points here. Wind attack's like not super great. Rust seems really good though, but because I keep, to some degree at least, using weapons that are good at that in particular. Yeah, good thing it didn't actually replace her original. We'd have to redo this or anything, but fuck it. I didn't mean to back out of it, but fuck it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna save here because I'm going to wrap up pretty soon. And if we end up getting into a boss fight in the next room, the boss fight's like really difficult or something, I'll be glad that I saved before this. The design of this like level with all the broken stuff is pretty cool, but a lot of it, like the lighting here looks really nice. A lot of it kind of looks weirdly muddy. Even visually, this game is a little bit all over the place. There's aspects of it that looks great, and then there's aspects that look decidedly not as great as the previous games.
意外に早かったじゃねえか。
十兵衛生きてるな。
青鬼、なんで来たんだよ、バカ。
そりゃ来るに決まってるだろ。お前は俺の大事な。
大事な、なんだよ。
おいおい、余裕だね、秀康だな。そいつが人質ってことを忘れてねえか。
俺の大事な仲間。
Yeah, the cinematics have
返してもらうぜ。
like pretty extreme color grading going on. I don't think it looks bad, but it's a little strange how it clashes a bit with when you have like an instant, you know, hard cut to the same location with the same models, the same graphics, but it's like the contrast and colors are like totally
やはり
different.
女はお初お前か。虫はどうした？とうに虫に食われてるはずじゃね
This
え
guy
のか。
kind of sucks. Like,
体の幻魔虫なら
compared to this guy to fucking Gogan Dantes
あ
from
な
the
たに
second
縛
game.
られる理由はなくなったわ。
幻魔虫を取る方法があったんかい。
I mean, this guy does seem similarly convinced of his own
いいよ。
amazingness, but in a far less endearing way. It also looks pretty goofy.
よろしく頼むぜ、ムクロくらい12代目。俺13だったかな。まあいいや。剣術は。
Oh, yeah, I think we fought this guy before, and that's when first time I did that kind of block, like buffered parry thing. Oh, that was a counter attack. I guess. He's gonna, for sure. Oh, he's dead. Yeah, there's no camera. That did pretty good damage. I mean, Gogan Dantes was sick. He was fucking awesome. I mean, he was kind of funny too, but he was mostly sick. This guy just thinks he's sick, but he's not. Fucking soul patch, and goofy hair, the way he talks.
最後の切り札ってやつがな。
気をつけろ、そいつの目。
How do you watch out?
そう。俺も鬼の目よ。
Is he gonna be dead at the end of this cutscene, or did he come to life? So okay. I got a little bit of life back. Actually, let's. Oh, I somehow blocked that. I fucking died. I tried to, I wanted to throw another bomb, but I was a little impatient. So do I do the entire fight, or do we get it? Probably, right? No, wow, okay. Game's like unexpectedly generous with that kind of stuff sometimes. I think I most definitely could have offered parry. Where did he go? I pressed block, but I was a little too late. Of course, the birds are way more threatening than he is. I mashed triangle, but I did a little roll. I got hit out of it, so I got knocked down. Dude, I did not mean to do the fucking launcher. I could have canceled out of it with the special move, I guess, but... Oh, that worked. Oh, shit. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna block. Do that. Might die. Yeah, I didn't mean to roll there, but... Okay, I was like, wait, am I not dead? Oh, wait. I thought I couldn't go here. It's like, oh, that chest, I'm gonna... Okay. Oh, I can't open it, so I was... Too late. At some point, I did definitely get a... Issen off of... hitting him with a special after he did his flip. Whoa, can I lock off this? Oh, the rolls... Oh, I see. It's her dodge. It's a roll. That makes sense. Started parrying it. Just... do an awful lot of damage. I mean, you get this opening to deal a lot of damage, so... I was like... Can I not shoot him to death? But oh, okay, no, I just shot him. That was fun, though. Yeah, these boss fights are... good. It's weird that the boss fights are like the highlight. In spite of Munonore's use of the powerful demon eye, Soki and the others came away from the battle victorious. Soki agreed to let Jubei be the one to take Munonore's life and stay his blade. Never want to waste an opportunity, Munonore beat a hasty retreat. See, like, this could have been a fun interaction that we could have seen. But no. Like, there's so many of these scenes that, like, the text just describe what happened. And then there's even, like, a still image that kind of makes it look like there would have been a cinematic there, but there just isn't. It's weird. I don't know. The back of the box brags about how the game has like an immense volume of cutscenes and cinematics and CG and whatever. It's like, well, from a technical standpoint, I guess it does have the higher number maybe, but the previous games are at least consistent. Like in 3, every stage, like every cutscene is played out in the same way with actual dialogue and unique animation, and here it's like, yeah, you get that sometimes, but it's all done in these like weird videos instead of actual proper in-game. And then a third of them are just weird text portraits, and then the other third are weird actual in-game cinematics where they just wave around their hands and their faces don't move. So I don't know, it feels kind of whack. Well, we finished it just in time for 10 p.m. It's 9:54. I think we'll leave it there. We didn't make a huge amount of progress. We spent like an hour talking about our imaginary Mortal Kombat 12 that may or may not be announced at the Game Awards tomorrow night. But hey, that's always a good time too. We cleared 2 stages at least, so we're making some degree of progress. We're still on disc 1. But yeah, this game's gonna be long. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying, like, for all the little you know, quirks and annoying things. After my first session of this game, I like really wasn't feeling it. But I'm still annoyed with stuff, but I'm having way more fun with it than I did previously. Let me figure out who we're rating at the end of this. There's a lot of people streaming stuff, actually. But where do we go? Where do we go? What's happening? What's happening? Let's Duke Donuts just started, and he's streaming low stress gaming. That sounds like something we could all use in these unprecedented times. Let's check in on Duke. But yeah, thanks a lot for hanging out, folks. Oh, dude, he's playing Last Armageddon. That's gonna be sick. I'll see you guys on Saturday for more Onimusha 4.